Hello and welcome back to another breaking news update. My name is Jimmy Boyd and you are watching Boyd News. I want to thank you so much for tuning in today. I've got another nuclear war warning coming out from Russia. This is Dmitry Medvedev on your screen. He's the deputy chairman of Russia's Federation Security Council, and he also used to be the former president of Russia. So he's coming out and warning the West, basically stating, I'm going to be showing you an article here in just a moment, but basically stating that if they lose the war in Ukraine for whatever reason, that it's nuclear wartime. Basically, he's stating here that Russia, if they're threatened by the United States and Europe, okay, they will launch nuclear war if Russia's returned to its recognized borders from 1991. Okay, so that was around the collapse of the Soviet Union. And if basically if they, he's pretty much saying if they lose this war in Ukraine that it's over. It's nuclear wartime. All right. So obviously this gentleman here, I put out multiple videos that he has used the nuclear word so many times. He has warned I don't know how many countries now. He just warned Ukraine just recently that if they were to attack their missile sites, that they would launch a nuclear attack on Ukraine. So it's very, very ominous what's happening here. And this gentleman is consistently talking about nuclear war. And I've told all you so many times on this channel that the real war that's going on over here, the war that's going to determine the fate of the world and which direction the world goes, and what happens with countries, which countries become part of Russia, which countries don't, which ones maintain their freedom, all these different things. It all has to do with this war in Ukraine. Okay, this is more than just a dispute over a little bit of territory. This is Russia wanting to defeat Ukraine, take over Ukraine, and the West does not want to allow it to happen. Now, right now, there's a huge aid package being held up in Congress, and it's putting Ukraine in a very terrible position because they don't have money. They don't have supplies. They don't have ammunition or artillery. They don't have any air support. They need weapons to fight this war, and they don't have weapons right now. So what's going to happen to Ukraine if they don't get this support that they desperately need very soon? Okay, so right now Russia's taking advantage of this opportunity, and they're pushing forward on the front lines inside of Ukraine, and Ukraine's having to fall back. They just lost Avdiivka just yesterday. So I want to talk about this article here, and we'll go into dive deeper here. Medvedev threatens Berlin, London, and Washington with nuclear retaliation if Russia is returned to 1991 borders. Dmitry Medvedev, deputy chairman of the Russia's Federation Security Council, has threatened the United States and Europe with nuclear war if Russia's returned to its recognized borders from 1991. Medvedev wondered what would happen if Russia lost the war against neo-Nazis along with their Western sponsors and returned to its 1991 borders. He speaks of this outcome as the irreversible collapse of present-day Russia, which under the Constitution includes new territories. Medvedev believes that after that, a civil war with tens of millions of victims and the death of the future of Russia will begin, is what he says. He thinks there will be a civil war with tens of millions of victims and the death of the future of Russia. And now, for the main question, do these idiots truly believe that the Russian people will simply swallow such a consequential partitioning of their country? That we all think. Unfortunately, it happened. They won. Russia as we know it today is no longer exists. It is unfortunate, of course, but we must continue to live in a country that is collapsing and dying because a nuclear war is far worse for us than the death of our loved ones, children. Russia and the state's leadership, led by the Supreme Commander-in-Chief of the Russian Armed Forces, would be hesitant to make difficult decisions in this case. Hear me out. It will be totally different. The collapse of Russia will have far worse consequences than the outcome of a conventional, even long-term war. So you see what I mean? This is going to determine everything, people. Understand this. This is so dangerous, and most people don't even realize Okay, I've put out a video, I don't know, maybe a month or so ago, on the Bulletin of Atomic Scientists, where they basically kept the doomsday clock at 90 seconds. We really are extremely close to nuclear war, okay? How many rallies has Donald Trump been to and come out and said, we're extremely close to nuclear war? We're the closest we've ever been. Okay, we are extremely close to the US and Russia launching nukes at each other. And these are superpowers that have well over 5,000 nuclear warheads in their arsenals. Okay, well more than enough nuclear bombs to destroy the entire world, basically. And these two countries are going at it in Ukraine, and neither side is going to be willing to lose. Understand that. Though I don't think the West will give in and let Ukraine fall. If they do, I think it will really be just to deter a nuclear response from Russia, because they may just have to give in. They may have to at some point give in to Russia. But at the same time, the US is not willing to do that. So what's going to happen here? This is very dangerous, because attempting to return Russia to its 1991 borders will only lead to one outcome: a global war with Western countries, utilizing our entire strategic arsenal. Look at that. Entire strategic arsenal. In Kiev, Berlin, London, and Washington, for all beautiful historical sites which have long been included in our nuclear triad's attack goals. So they're basically saying here, he's saying that they want to nuke Kiev, Berlin, London, and Washington. Basically all of the West, right? All of the major cities in Western countries. Will we have enough guts for this if a 1,000-year-old country, our great homeland, is on the verge of extinction and the sacrifices made by the Russian people over the centuries are in vain? The answer is obvious. I mean, is he just stating this to fearmonger and to scare the West? I don't really know. But what I will say here, though, is that this gentleman has come out many times. Dmitry Medvedev, right here on your screen. He's come out many, many, many times and openly thrown the nuclear word out lots of times. I think that they're serious. I personally believe that they're very serious, that they will launch a nuclear war if they need to. If something goes wrong in Ukraine and Russia gets pushed back and Russia starts to lose this war and the Russian economy collapses, the Russian country collapses, okay, it's very dangerous what's happening here, and I need you all to understand this. This is a very, very, very big deal here, what happens inside of Ukraine. And Russia's economy has been falling for quite some time now. Although their exports are doing very well in their oil and gas industry, the Russian ruble was collapsing there for quite some time. Okay, so there's a lot of issues here with Russia, and if Russia ever does collapse, I think that's what they will do. At least that's just me. That's my opinion. Let me know what you think down below. Comment below and let me know what you think Russia would do if they were to collapse and lose this war in Ukraine. Because I think this will have a lot to do with either side, the West or Russia, will take a huge hit from this, and not just economically, not just militarily, but the morale. The morale of the country will get hit. Okay, it'll make both sides look really bad, whichever one loses. If the West loses, it'll make them look extremely weak. If Russia loses, it'll make them look extremely weak. So they are committing 110% to this war. Even if it doesn't seem like it, both sides are committing 110%. Neither side is willing to lose, and the outcome is going to be catastrophic. I really believe that it will be. The outcome is just being delayed. Okay, they're delaying it as long as they possibly can, but at some point the outcome will come. One side will be declared the victor, and either way it goes, it could definitely lead to a nuclear war. But I think if Russia were to lose this, it's more likely to lead to a nuclear war versus the West losing this. So it's really not good. I hope you're all paying attention, and I hope you guys understand that yes, this may be fear mongering. Yes, he may be saying this, but it's very possible that this could happen. Okay, especially in this world now with the way that things are. Okay, things are very destabilized now. Countries are just neck and neck at each other's throats, and they're ready to go to war here. And I think it'll be far more than just conventional. It's very possible. So anyway, that's going to be it for this video. I hope you got something out of this. If you did, please hit the like button. And if you enjoy my channel, please consider subscribing to the channel. Hit the notification bell. That way YouTube can notify you. And with that, I hope you all have a great day. I hope you enjoy the rest of your weekend. Thanks so much for tuning in again. Everybody take care and God bless. We'll see you in the next one.